Sam Elliott was an executive in Silicon Valley, and he found himself having to do a lot of work once his company was bought out by a larger company. People would come to him all day, and he would keep saying yes to whatever problems they wanted him to solve. After all, he thought that was his job. However, the work was too much, and he was thinking of quitting. But then one of his mentors told him, "Hey, instead of quitting, why don't you just stop saying yes to everyone and only do the things that are the most essential?" Now, Sam began to follow this advice. He would only do the things he thought were the absolutely most essential things, and he would let other things slide. At first, he felt like he was going to fall behind, but soon he realized that everything was actually going better than before. Because he was only saying yes to the activities that were absolutely essential, he was getting a lot more done, and he also had a lot more free time to relax and spend time with his family. In other words, Sam became an essentialist, and he saw huge gains in his life. And in the same way, if you become an essentialist, you're also going to see huge benefits in your life, even if you're not an executive like Sam. Essentialism is not about saying no to everything or becoming lazy. Essentialism is about identifying what are the things that are truly the most important and focusing all your energy on those things. If you're going to do 10 to 15 small non-essential things, you're going to spread your energy around, and you're only going to make a few millimeters of progress in any area. However, if you focus on just the essential, you can build massive momentum in what's important, and that is what is going to give you the biggest results. Essentialism rejects the idea that we can fit it all in. I know it happens to most of us when we are very motivated and we have a lot of energy. We feel that we can do everything. However, that's just not true. So instead of reacting to everything that comes at you that you have to do, you have to be proactive. You have to figure out what is the most important thing, and you have to do that first. So how do you become an essentialist? Well, it is mostly a mindset shift, and in this video, I'm giving you the 6 main points that I got from this book. Number 1 is change "I have to" into "I choose to." A lot of times we say that we have to do something. I have to go to work, I have to finish my assignment, I have to cook dinner. Well, in all of this, we're forgetting one very important thing, that we actually have a choice. At any moment, you can choose to not do something. Now, of course, there will be consequences if you choose to not do something important. However, you still have a choice. And this is something that you have to change in your mindset and keep reminding yourself about. Whenever you're doing something, instead of saying, "I have to do this," say, "I'm choosing to do this." This is a very powerful reminder to yourself that you always have a choice. And again, you should just choose to do the essential. If you're studying, for example, what is the most essential thing that you have to do? It is studying. So you should say to yourself, "I choose to study," and then remove all the non-essentials. The second point is to ask yourself the question, which problem do you want to have? Most people who are non-essentialists, if you give them 2 things to do, they will think that they can do both, and they will do an average job on both. An essentialist, however, will look at the different options and will ask himself, what is the trade-off, and what can I really make a difference in? In the book, the author gave us an example of Southwest Airlines. The airline industry is a very tough business to make profits in, but the CEO of Southwest Airlines in 1972 decided to apply the principles of essentialism. Instead of flying to all destinations, they only flew to a selected few. Instead of trying to include meal prices in the ticket, they gave no meals on board. Instead of trying to get people to buy first-class tickets, they only sold economy tickets and had no first class. All of this led to Southwest Airlines becoming one of the most profitable airlines at that time because they focused on the essentials. So when you're deciding what to do, maybe you have 3 items on your to-do list, like cleaning your house, working on a project for work, and learning how to invest money. Don't think that you can do all of it. Identify what is the most essential thing that will help you achieve your goals, and then only do that. We have this belief where we think we can do all of it. However, the essentialist focuses on where he can make the biggest impact. Maybe you can come back to some of those things once you've achieved your goals in an area, but until then, you have to make a conscious choice to only focus on the essential. The third point is to create space. In order to become an essentialist, you will also need to have time and space in your life to focus on what really matters. This could be as simple as setting an automatic message on your phone whenever someone calls you and it tells them that you're busy right now and you can't call them back. The best way to create some physical space in your life is to clean up your environment. If where you work is always cluttered, then you are never going to feel like you're in control. Make sure to organize your room, your desk, where you work, where you live, etc. so that every day, instead of looking at the mess and being overwhelmed, you can focus on working on what's most essential for you. Also, you can use a to-do list or a whiteboard to help you decide what's essential. Something I like doing is writing down everything I have to do. I write down everything from the smallest thing to the biggest thing, then I think about what's essential and I really think hard about this, and then I write those down separately. The benefit of writing the first list is that it gets everything out of your mind. You don't have to worry about forgetting something because it's all written out. I call this a brain dump. However, not everything on this list is going to be essential, and you're going to have to make a conscious choice in saying no to them. Another way to create space is to just let people in your life know when you're going to be busy. If you run a business, set a time to reply to emails and only do it during those hours. Let your friends and family know about your working hours so they don't disturb you. This will all help you focus on your essentials. Number 4, learn to say no. Once you start to become an essentialist, you'll begin to realize that saying no is a very important skill. Now, I know a lot of people have problems saying no to other people, especially if it's someone close to you. But in order to be the most effective you can be, you have to learn to say no. For example, you might determine that the most essential thing for you to do to reach your goals is to work on your business plan today, or to work on your finances today. Now, if that really is the most essential thing, if your friends want to play video games online with you, or if your girlfriend or boyfriend wants to watch a movie with you, you're going to unfortunately have to say no. And again, this isn't about being separate from everyone in your life. Doing what's essential is actually going to help you spend more time with them in the long run. If you can just focus on the essential today, you might have more time on the weekends. So don't feel bad for saying no, and realize that we all have limited amounts of time in a day, and nothing should steal time away from doing what's most essential. Number 5 is sleep. Some people might find this suggestion absurd. How can sleeping more be a way of doing smart work? However, it is one of the most important things anyone can do for their health. Most people nowadays are sleep deprived. Not getting enough sleep ruins your health in so many ways. You have more stress, you gain more weight, you feel less alert, and this becomes a cycle that keeps you trapped. Sleeping is one of the best things you can do to improve your brain power. Now, to answer the question of how much you need to sleep, it's very personal and it varies person to person. A general rule is 7 to 9 hours, but you should experiment. Maybe go to bed earlier one day and sleep a little more and see if you feel better. Recently, I've stopped drinking coffee completely and it's helping me sleep a lot better. I've made a full video on how you can optimize sleep that you can watch right after this video. And the last point is to do it all over with a routine. Once you determine what are the most essential tasks that you have to do, you have to make sure that you keep doing them every single day. Even making a little progress every single day for a year is far better than doing a lot in 1 month and then not doing anything for the rest of the year. This is a theme that keeps coming back in self-improvement, so I hope you remember it. Small progress can lead to big results in a long enough time frame. Make sure that you build a routine to help you do the essential things. This means having a proper sleep and wake up time, having specific times when you work, figuring out what's essential every single day. Oh, and a bonus tip, while you're planning to do your essential task, make sure to add some extra time to it. So if you're planning to do an essential task for 1 hour, set aside 1.5 hours to it so that you can cover up any unexpected delays. You can watch this video right here to learn how you can sleep better. If you like this video, then please click the like button and subscribe if you want to watch more self-improvement videos. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.